Imagine doing everything right. You earn the degree, you land a great job, you walk into the building thinking, this is it, I've made it. And then a few months later, you start to feel disappointed. You dread Mondays, you feel isolated and downright miserable. That was me. And the scariest part was I didn't realize I was the problem until one meeting where I had a shocking revelation. You see, no one warns you about this. You can be smart, you can be qualified, you can be right, and still fail at work. What I didn't understand back then was the silent force behind promotions, influence, and leadership. It's called social intelligence. Let me take you back to the moment I learned this the hard way. So fresh out of university, I landed a role in the corporate planning department of a quasi-government institution. I was proud, I was hungry, confident, maybe too confident. I was assigned to collaborate on a high visibility project, the organization's public outreach program. I dove in immediately, goals, KPIs, metrics, statistics, and within days I concluded their approach was outdated. I decided I can fix this. I had a management degree, I had fresh ideas, and in my mind, that meant I had the authority to change things. But there was a problem. The project lead, Corinne, didn't agree. To me, she represented everything I thought was wrong. Too traditional, too cautious, too resistant to change. I convinced myself that she was blocking progress, so I did what I thought smart professionals do. I prepared to win. I built a deck, 26 slides, pure logic, bulletproof data. We had a meeting with the head of department where I had to present my proposed new and improved project plan. I walked in ready to prove I was right. 8 minutes in, I had done exactly that. I corrected Corinne's statistics, I pointed out the team's mistakes, I dismantled their approach calmly, logically, confidently. On paper, I was winning. But then I looked around the room. Corinne had gone silent, arms crossed. The department head's eyebrows were permanently raised. The other team members were staring past me, their eyes glazed over. That's when it hit me. I wasn't communicating, I was performing. I was using IQ, but I had zero EQ. And worse, I had been doing this since day one. I hadn't built trust, I hadn't built rapport, I hadn't listened. I stopped the presentation mid-slide, turned off the projector and sat down. The room was heavy. I said, okay, I need to backtrack a bit. Corinne, what part of the change is actually the biggest headache for your team? She paused, then she spoke, and as she did, the tension in the room began to dissolve. Others joined in, different perspectives surfaced, concerns I had never considered were finally voiced, and for the first time, I truly listened. That's when I realized the truth. My proposal wasn't an improvement, it was disruption for the sake of ego. There were delicate human elements in the existing program that my perfect solution would erase completely. I hadn't been leading, I had been bulldozing. That meeting humbled me, and afterwards, I did some serious soul searching. At the time, I didn't even know there was a name for what I was missing. Now I do. Social intelligence. It's not a nice to have. It's a career survival skill. So if you want to succeed at work, here's how you can build your social intelligence toolbox. First, you need self-awareness. This is the foundation. It's understanding your emotions, your triggers, and how your behavior impacts others. It's learning to pause instead of react, to regulate stress instead of projecting it. Simple tools like journaling, mindfulness, honest feedback. These build trust, collaboration, and credibility faster than any technical skill ever will. The second tool in your social intelligence toolbox is empathy. That's the ability to genuinely understand other people's perspectives. This doesn't mean agreeing with everyone. It means seeking to understand before being understood. And this matters more than ever. Research shows empathy among young adults has declined by nearly 75% since the 1980s, largely due to isolation and digital-only communication. But here's the good news: empathy is not fixed. It's trainable, measurable, and improvable with intentional practice. And thirdly, you need communication. And no, this is not about being chatty. It's about clarity of intent, inviting dialogue, making space for every voice in the room. It's listening not to respond, but to understand. If I had known this when I had worked with Corinne, everything would have been different. Listen, social intelligence is the future of work. EQ, empathy, and communication don't just build careers, they unlock trust, they unlock collaboration, they unlock potential. So invest in these skills now, in yourself, in your team, because in a world of AI, automation, and rapid change, human connection is the ultimate advantage. The professionals who rise won't just be the smartest, they'll be the most socially intelligent.